Shalom. All praise and glory go to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yoshai, Baruch HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Kabar, Apostle Rakah, Apostle Ramna, and the Shalom to all the sincere Achim that are pushing the spirit, sincerity, and the truth. Before I continue, I want to say that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of Israel that the Bible speaks about, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. And with that being said, these videos are made to wake up our people, to lead them to the Heavenly Father, because and with our people, I mean the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because the Heavenly Father is passing heavy judgment upon the planet Earth, man. There's a lot of war going on all across the planet, you know. Everyone is preparing for World War III, which it already started, you know. But forgot to say something in the intro. Our people, the people that call themselves Caucasian, European, Australian, American, they all go back to the nation of Esau, Edom, you know. And everyone the people that live in the land of Israel today, that call themselves Jewish, they go back to the nation of the Khazars, which go back to the Amalekites, which is the chief head tribe of the nation of Esau, Edom, which, you know. So Esau, Edom is the only nation upon the planet Earth that will not receive mercy from the Heavenly Father. Now, with that being said, you see a lot of I got interrupted by a call. Yeah, so you see a lot of free speech is being attacked, you know, and you see the picture. I like that picture, and it's actually I'd be stealing these from a brother in our camp, you know, but I'm gonna still give him credit for the picture, but I got it from him, you know. And I'd be taking a lot of his things and making videos, and he'd be seeing it, and he say, yeah, hey, that's my picture, man. But yeah, it's all for you know, for edification's sake, you know. So you got Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, you know. Any critical look at the people that call themselves Jewish is labeled anti-Semitic. So a Jewish person can be a pedophile, you know, defrauding people out of money, you know, and he's in a high position. What do they call you? They don't call out what he said, what you say. They all say, no, he was on an anti-Semitic rant. Meanwhile, you're just calling out what he did. And I say this all the time. It's like me defrauding people out of money, stealing, you know, stealing people's inventions. And then when you attack, and when you call me out on it, I say, hey, no, you're racist. Because I'm so-called dark-skinned. That's a word that you can hide behind, you know, and not be called out on your bullshit, basically, you know, which that's not the case. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, man. Whoever you are, man. But this whole thing is being pushed more and more, you know, so you can't have a critical look on anyone, on anything, and especially not on the small hats, as the elder would call them, you know. Elder Apostle Tahar calls them that. So yeah, what I wanted to say is, look, there's a media blockage on the Israelites, you know, because they think they call us black, but we're not black, man, you know. They keep pushing this narrative, because we even have a brother in the camp that's that looks like a so-called white person, but when you look at his father and his grandfather and his grandfather, you see that ain't no Edomite, man, you know, and he don't act like an Edomite either, man. So yeah, that's and we don't how do you say that? We don't discriminate, you know, when it comes to the truth, because anyone that believes in this could possibly be an Israelite, you know, because the wicked would not understand, man, you know. The wicked wouldn't understand this. They would shy away from it. They wouldn't stick around. They wouldn't be able to accept this truth. And the Heavenly Father has his filtering process, you know? Like, if you have a problem with Yahweh Shai being a dark-skinned man, that's already one of the things that a lot of people can get over it, man. Can't get over. Because he has to be white according to them. And if you have that, if you're not standing for truth, but you're just standing with whatever you were taught, then you're someone that's easily manipulated and easily corrupted. So definitely Father can use you neither, man. You know? So yeah. So you have this, I'd be working with some Ukrainian guys, you know, and they be telling me that the way they just had to take a bag with some stuff. Yeah, some family members of his, like his wife, he has 6 children, man. So he wasn't the guy I work with. He has 6 children, and the other guy, he's just a young guy, but he looks like he's 14 years old, man. Literally, he looks like he's 14 years old. So he just left. I believe that he got away with leaving because he looks so young. If he would tell me that he's 15, I would believe him. Even 14 or 13, man, I would believe him. But he's like 28, I believe. So yeah, or maybe he has some problems, medical issues. I don't know. But the other guy that I be working with, he's a Ukrainian. He has 6 children, and he said, if you have too much children, you don't have to go to fight. So he was he just took a bag with stuff, and he went from place to place, and that reminded me of the time of persecution when we have to leave, man. You know, so he said his wife had to take like 2 bags. His older son, that's 14 years old, had to take 1 bag with stuff, maybe 2 bags, but no more than that, man. A backpack with stuff, and leave, and his whole everything he worked for is gone now. You know, it's just. But he said, still, he sometimes he thinks he's dreaming, that this ain't true. You know, but you see that these guys, they're not about that soft nature. They're not in that soft Western mindset of crying about, you know, life. And he said, look, man, I don't really care about my house and those things, you know. All I care about is, hey, my life, man. You know, my life is more important, you know. I don't really care about the house. My life, my whole family is still alive, so that's what matters, you know. And that's a different mindset than what the Western people would have, you know. He's so it is very interesting to see that these people think differently than the common Western Edomite, you know, because they're a different tribe, man. They're definitely a different tribe. They have this man called Ross Filianit, something like that. He was the forefather of the Russians. He was a forefather of one of the Russian kings, and he basically he destroyed the Amalekites when they were called the Khazarians, you know, in Kiev. So the Amalekites always had that feeling of revenge. So that's why they financed and created the Russian Revolution through Lenin, which was an Amalekite as well. And Lenin was the one that, one of the first Amalekites that got financed by the West, you know, to be the leader. But I believe he got killed as well. And the Russian Revolution was financed by, and that's when you got the Gulag, you know, gulags and stuff like that, the cramp camps. And this is very interesting history. And they starved like 11 million people in Kiev. And those were the most important and smart people of Russia and the Soviet Union, you know. And that's what basically the man they called Adolf Hitler was against. He was against communism because the Amalekites were the ones, the small hats were the ones that were pushing this communism through the ideology of Karl Marx, which is an Amalekite as well. And what he did. So Hitler wasn't against the Jews; he was against communism, which happened to be pushed by the Amalekites, the small hats, because they're not the Jews, of course. So that's the reason that Adolf Hitler was against communism, you know. And through communism, they pushed the idea of their banking system, which was ruining governments. Even in the movie, in the series called Peaky Blinders, you have Thomas Shelby being a informant, or how do you say that? Being a hired. He was actually cooperating with the authorities, which were keeping a close watch on anyone that was against the establishment of the small hats, aka the Amalekites, which were through their communism and their banking power, they were taking down governments. And England was already infiltrated by this whole idea where you have certain political parties that were against them, and they were taking them out as well. And you see that in the Peaky Blinders, you know. I saw the whole thing, but I got basically. I finally saw it for what it was when when a brother in the camp posted a short video of how do you say that? How the speech that this guy in the political party that was against the Amalekites gave, you know. Then I recognized, like, hey, yeah, he was actually just a criminal, but just for the sake of taking out anyone that defies the Amalekites and their influence, they'll pay certain criminals to help them, and then they get immunity from doing any crimes, you know. And Thomas Shelby, he was a criminal that just entered into politics, man. You know. So this is how, and he was a gypsy. But gypsies were also attacked during the Second World War, and but that's a whole nother story, man. You know. So yeah, man. But this was just a rant. You know, I can't really pull any scriptures because I'm driving. With that, I want to say all praise and glory go to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And don't forget, man, what happened to this guy, this Ukrainian guy, you know, those times is going to come for us as well. So just be prepared, man. You know, the basic things that you should know is how to, you know, start a fire, you know. Should be important for you to know how to do that. How to build a shelter in the woods, you know, simple things like that, you know, and the Heavenly Father will do the rest, basically, you know. But certain basic survival skills shouldn't be nothing wrong with knowing that, you know. You know, knowing how to shoot a gun, you know, how to shoot a rifle, you You know, things are like that. You know, shouldn't be a problem to know, right? So with that, I would say all praises and glory go to the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yashai, and Shalom.